In this video, I will summarize the whole Attack on Titan story season by season. In this way, it will be a good alternative summary for those who do not want to break away from the event after 9 years. Therefore, before starting the video, you can like the video in return for this labor. You can express your opinions in the comments and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed. I would like to thank my fellow members and don't forget to come to my Discord server for theories. Welcome to my channel and video. Some have described the world of Attack on Titan as an Ouroboros. This is not a time loop, but a cyclical story. As confusing as it may sound, the former is just a moment that repeats itself. The latter seems to suit Attack on Titan, especially after the events of Season 4. The characters and events didn't repeat themselves, but the world, like a snake eating its own tail, follows a cycle that inevitably leads to its destruction. There's no doubt that when Eren decided to exterminate most of Earth's inhabitants outside of Paradise, it signaled an end of sorts for most of humanity. What seemed like centuries have passed and the world has evolved and developed into modernity, only to fall into disrepair once again. So why does the first episode of Attack on Titan begin with Eren waking up from a dream under a tree on a hill and being imprisoned under the same tree? What did Eren see when he connected with Attack Titan's power? This comprehensive Attack on Titan timeline can clear everything up and hopefully help everyone see the past and future memories Eren sees for himself. The people who live behind the walls must have come from a bigger and wider world, and that's where the story begins. Ymir Fritz, an enslaved woman, discovered the immense power of the Titans 2000 years ago. Ymir was being chased and hunted for sport when she took refuge under a tree, where she awakened the power of the founding Titan through a spine-like creature. Through his power, Ymir built the Eldian Empire from the ground and was used as an instrument of war against Marley at the behest of his slave, the first King Fritz. She died protecting King Fritz from love, but forced her daughters, Rose, Sheena and Maria, to eat their mother's remains to gain their power. Although dead, Ymir found himself in what would later be known as the Roads, a barren land where anything can be done and time flows as past, present and future. Eldia gathered great power for a long time in history as Ymir and Fritz's daughters continued the Titans' tradition of eating the bodies for the preservation of their power. Eventually, 9 noble families won the powers of the 9 Titans, who turned against each other. King Karl Fritz decided to end the conflict brought on by the power of the Titans by retreating with the Eldians to Paradise Island. He erased the memories of Earth's history from the minds of those inside the walls. In a mutually assured act of destruction, Karl bargained for the world to leave the Eldians alone inside the walls, and in return, he would not release countless Colossus Titans to flatten the earth. The walls were named after Ymir's daughters Rose, Sheena, and Maria. In 819, Eren Kruger inherited the Attack Titan. This Titan has the ability to hold the memories of both past and future heirs to its power, making it different from the other 8 Titans, who can only see the memories of the previous owner. This is why Eren Kruger, a restorationist rebel, thought that Marley should inherit the power of Grisha Jaeger. The Eldians outside Paradise Island became an oppressed race under Marley's rule and were forcibly segregated. Grisha Jaeger experienced Marley's cruelty with the unjust torture and murder of his younger sister by Marleyan officers, as well as the loss of his first wife, Dina Fritz, when she was forcibly transformed into a Titan. There, he had a son named Eren Yeager and a wife named Carla. This is where the fourth season of Attack on Titan begins, and Eren awakens from what appears to be a glimpse into a terrifying future depicted as a passing dream. He woke up under a tree where Mikasa appeared, and two of the 9 Titans, the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan, then infiltrated the Maria Wall. This caused many deaths, and Carla herself was defeated in front of Eren. Grisha Yeager, on the other hand, killed the Rice family on the orders of an elder Eren Yeager, who relayed the order through the paths. Grisha soon passed the power of the Attack Titan to the young Eren. Not remembering the power he inherited, Eren then trained to join the Survey Corps with his 2 best friends, Mikasa and Armin. This pivotal moment was the turning point in Attack on Titan's 3rd season, largely remembered for Erwin's death charge against the monster titan Zeke Yeager and Levi's iconic one-handed attack against the barely surviving Zeke. Curious about the truth of Earth's history, Captain Erwin Smith risked everything to know what happened in the Jaeger family basement. There, it was discovered by the main characters that the Paradise people were not the only people left on Earth. After touching Historia's hand during the award ceremony for being a hero in Shiganshina, Eren was able to activate the memory legacy of the past and the future. Discovering that there were other humans and that they were out to eliminate the Eldians, Eren asks if they can finally be free after killing all the enemies in the ocean. This was the beginning of the end and foreshadowed Eren's slow march to destroy the world. The first episode of Season 4 was the beginning of the full circle moment. Reiner, who had once attacked Eren's home on Paradise as the Armored Titan, was now being paid back in full by Eren, who had transformed into the Attack Titan in Marley. This was done during an operation to kill military officials and senior leaders in Marley who were reportedly planning to launch an attack against Paradise Island, but the Marley arc proved that the immense racism against Eldians would make it difficult for them to exist in the world. There were threats from outside the walls, and Marley would lead the offense. In the final episode, it was the end of everything, the end of a world that could not accept the existence of the Eldians. Eren decided to fulfill Karl Fritz's threat, to flatten the Earth by unleashing a large number of colossal titans. As a result, 80% of the world was destroyed, and only Eren's old team, his comrades and friends, could stop him. Eren was tearfully killed by Mikasa, and Armin fell out with the Marley authorities. The Eldians lost their connection to the paths and could no longer transform into titans. Armin, Mikasa and the rest of the remaining characters grew old and died peacefully. Decades and centuries later, the world fell into turmoil again, and the tree under which Eren was buried and from which he first awoke was approached by a boy exploring the ruins with his dog. And so it begins again. There are some great theories on the subject, but that will be the subject of the next videos. If you watched this far, you liked the video, you can subscribe to my channel, give me your opinion in the comments and support me by liking the video. See you in the next video, take care and goodbye.